If he tells you he's not ready, as a matter of fact, what? Give me a second. Let me come back to this one. If he tells you he is not ready, what did you hear? He told you specifically he's not ready, whether it's financially, emotionally, mentally, he's not ready for a relationship. So no matter what it is that you do, you cannot force that man to be with you. I don't care how much you try to prove that your love is enough to get him to change his mind. I don't care if you feel like you are better than the last person. I don't care what it is. Take what he said and stop trying to prove a point. Because now you're just showing up and you're going to be wondering why am I not getting the same thing in exchange? Because he already told you what it is. Now, if you decided you want to hear something else, that's on you.
Male translation of I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm never going to make you my girlfriend or pursue a serious, long-term, sustainable relationship with you. I enjoy using you for my satisfaction and only coming in and out of your life when it's convenient for me. This situation makes me very, very happy because I don't have to put in any of the real effort required to be in a real relationship, but you still treat me like you would a boyfriend, and I still get your loyalty. That's so amazing. I am not ready right now, nor will I ever be, to put in more effort to get the same result, which is you treating it like a relationship. That's all I need, and that's all I want. I'm not ready to commit to you and actually have to be consistent with you, even when it's inconvenient for me. Like, what? Don't be silly. I don't find you interesting or desirable enough to be in a serious relationship with you. Actually, majority of the reason I even spend time with you is because you have no boundaries, you have absolutely no standards, and no matter what I do, you will always forgive me. So it's a win-win for me, all ways around. But at least when I say it like this, you feel like eventually at some point in the near future, things might change, even though they won't. But the point is you feel like they might, which will keep you around long enough for me to continue using you, which is great.
If a guy says, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, it is not code for, I am just waiting for the perfect woman to come along and change my mind. It also doesn't mean he'll be ready next week or next month. Like I always say, when a guy says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, believe him. The reasons don't matter, the facts do. Instead of plotting and strategizing ways to become this incredible woman that gets him to change his mind and change his stance on love, just take it at face value. If what you want is a relationship and he's saying that's not what he wants, then you are wasting your time here. He's telling you he enjoys the physical aspect of the relationship. He probably enjoys the emotional connection, but he does not want the responsibilities of being in a relationship. Now, the reasons, maybe he just doesn't think you're the right girl for him. Maybe he likes you, he just doesn't like you enough. Or maybe he just doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone right now. Maybe he's like Leonardo DiCaprio. If you ever feel bad about yourself or ever take it personally when a guy doesn't want to commit to you, look at the roster of women that he's dated, and none of them have been able to crack him. None of them have managed to get a ring or get him to commit because he just doesn't want to. A lot of women have a hard time with this because most women can always make space for a relationship. It doesn't matter what's going on in their lives. Most, not all, most can always make space. Men aren't like this. If a man is in a phase in his life where he just doesn't want to be in a relationship, then no woman is going to penetrate that. The best way to get what you want is to not settle for what
If a man tell you he don't want you out of his mouth and they keep showing up rolling around in your bed, it's just about the sex, baby. He don't love you. Because a man having sex with you, he does not love you. The energy is inconsistent. You tell me you don't want me, and then you show up at my house to sleep with me. You know why? Because he know you're going to open the door and let him in. Oh, I don't know why he tell me he don't want me, then he keeps showing up, wanting to have sex, want to make love to me. He ain't making love to you. He's having sex with you. He's having sex with you. He is not making love to you. Okay, praise the Lord.
Hey, listen, if he says he doesn't want a relationship right now, that is not your cue to wait around for him to be ready, because that guy may never be ready. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to move on. And if he has a change of heart, he can let you know. But you're not going to hang around waiting for him to change his mind.
He told you he's not ready for a relationship, yet he's super romantic and does all the boyfriendy things without the commitment? Simply put, because you allow it. Somebody telling you that they don't want a relationship doesn't mean that they're not going to at least have fun when they're with you, and they're not going to treat you like shit or like you're a call girl. So if somebody tells you that, then you let them know, no thanks, that's not in alignment with what it is that I want. But if you continue to allow it, trust me, they will continue to do it. And this is a clear indication that just because somebody's texting you every day doesn't mean that they want a relationship with you. They could be bored, they like the validation, and you give them something that they were seeking. And after 3 dates, if you found out their intentions, great, you did yourself a favor. Move on to the next. He told you he's not ready for a relationship, yet he's super romantic and does all the boyfriendy things without the commitment? Simply put, because you allow it. Somebody telling you that they don't want a relationship doesn't mean that they're not going to at least have fun when they're with you, and they're not going to treat you like shit or like you're a call girl. So if somebody tells you that, then you let them know, no thanks, that's not in alignment with what it is that I want. But if you continue to allow it, trust me, they will continue to do
Things
it.
guys say when they're not into you. I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. Guys are very lonely, and one thing we're always looking for is companionship, especially from a girl that we really like. So if a guy ever tells you that he's not ready for a relationship, just know he's bold-faced lying, because we're always looking, and that just means he sees you as maybe good enough for some things, but not enough to take serious. I think we're just better off as friends. This one is brutal because guys don't care about being friends with girls 99% of the time. If things were escalating, or maybe you were showing interest and he hits you with the "we're better off as friends," this just means he doesn't see you like that at all. He's basically saying he has zero interest in you romantically. I need to focus on myself. Yeah, I believe that one. He just needs to focus on himself. He doesn't want to be with you. He'd rather just be alone. He'd rather be all by himself. All guys know that even if you are trying to do your thing, trying to focus on yourself, it's always better to have a girl that you really like and cares about you, supporting you along the way.
Telling me that he's just told you that he is not sure about you. He's not interested, like he doesn't know where the relationship's going. Let me tell you right now, if that was the case for me, I am so automatically not interested. You would have to move mountains to win my interest back. Because when you ask me what should you say to him if he's not entirely interested in the relationship, he's vetoed the whole thing. What don't you understand? That the minor basics is that he's got to be invested and you've got to be invested. Then you can build something together somehow. If he's already coming with the "I'm not so sure," I'll see you out the door. It's not even like a sassy thing to say. It's not even like a "you shouldn't accept that girl." I would rather accept almost anything except for the heinous things over "I'm just not sure about you." If you're not sure about me, then you're nobody to me. I like, do you know how much life, what turns it throws at you? Through having children, through marriage, through aging, through everything, through becoming a whole new person. We change so much. So if you're going to come to me with the "I'm not so interested, I'm not so sure," okay, just don't go over there and don't be sure. Over there, don't be sure. Don't be unsure on my time. So when you are sure and you come back to me in 6 months, when you've assured yourself, then maybe if I'm still interested, because if you're not sure, I'm not sure. In fact, I'm sure that I'm not sure. I'm sure that I don't.
If a man tell you he don't want you, out of his mouth and they keep showing up rolling around in your bed, it's just about the sex, baby. He don't love you. Because a man having sex with you, he does not love you. The energy is inconsistent. You tell me you don't want me, and then you show up at my house to sleep with me. You know why? Because he know you're going to open the door and let him in. I don't know why he tell me he don't want me, then he keeps showing up wanting to have sex, want to make love to me. He ain't making love to you. He's having sex with you. He's having sex with you. He is not making love to you.
If a guy says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, believe him. Full stop. The reasons don't matter. The facts do. Now, here's the thing about the reasons. A guy is most likely not going to say, "Oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because I just don't like you enough. I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy hooking up with you. I just don't like you enough to commit to you." He's not going to say that. He's going to say something else. He's going to say, "I still am not over my crazy ex-girlfriend who really burned me, or I'm really stressed at work, or I'm depressed, or I have, I'm sad in the wintertime," whatever it is. He'll give you something that is going to make you think, okay, well, if I could just help him get over this hump, then we're going to be together. So you stay and you decide, okay, I'm just going to be there for him, help him get over this hump. And what he's thinking is, well, this is great. I mean, I told her I don't want a relationship right now, and she's decided to stick around anyway, so I'm getting all the benefits of having a girlfriend without any of the responsibilities. This is amazing. This is really working out in my favor. What's very unlikely to happen is that he is going to have a sudden turnaround and decide to commit to you. Why? Because, how can I say this in a way that is not going to make people angry? Most men are not going to willingly deepen the level of commitment in a relationship if they don't have to. So if he doesn't have to, then why would he? Also, in terms of this whole, a guy saying, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. Yeah, there's two main reasons. One is he just doesn't like you enough to be in a relationship. The other is he's just not in a place in his life where he can be in a relationship with anyone. Either way, it's a mistake to stick it out, because if he just doesn't want to commit to you, that's just not going to change, especially not if you're on this mission to prove yourself to him. And if he doesn't want to commit to anyone right now because his life is a mess and you stick around and you try to fix him, he'll just lose respect for you, and then he'll get himself all nice and heel and hold, and then he'll probably end up with like the next girl, like be committing to the next girl that he dates. The point is this: if you hear the words, just take it at face value and move on.
Hey, listen, if he says he doesn't want a relationship right now, that is not your cue to wait around for him to be ready, because that guy may never be ready. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to move on. And if he has a change of heart, he can let you know. But you're not going to hang around waiting for him to change his mind.
If a guy tells you he's not ready, isn't looking for a relationship, doesn't want a relationship, please stop fucking talking to him. Don't think, oh, if I hang out with him, he'll change his mind. Oh, I can make him like me. Oh, if I do this and that and keep talking to him, he's going to catch feelings for me. Bitch, stop that shit. Stop it. That man is telling you straight up he does not want a relationship. Don't try to convince him otherwise. That is how you end up in situationships, and that is how you end up getting your heart broken. It is the dumbest thing to go after a man who has blatantly told you they do not want anything serious. Don't be stupid.
So what do you do in a situation where the guy that you like is telling you he's not ready for a relationship? However, it seems like he still wants you about. So first things first, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, you don't deserve all of that. You don't deserve this. You deserve better. Allow it. I'm going to tell you the hard truth. You're not going to like it, but you need to leave, because from when he's told you he's not ready for a relationship or anything of that nature, he's unfortunately never going to wife you. So now you're left with a predicament. What do I do then? How can I ever get in a relationship if I like this guy? Like, what do I do then? You've simply got to choose. You either stay in the exact same situation that you're in, and you stay friends with benefits, just friends, whatever, knowing that deep down you're never going to get what you want, or you leave. Simple as that. But me personally, I think for you, the best situation is to just leave. You don't want to hear it, but that's what you've got to do, because you're going to get over this guy in about a month max. Someone else is going to come around, which you actually are going to start getting attached to, and then he's going to take you for a relationship. He's going to give you what you want. So just leave now whilst you're ahead.
The worst guy to date is the one who says to you that he's not ready for anything serious, but at the same time, while knowing that you want a relationship, doesn't leave you alone. He's trying to push your boundaries to see how far he can go. He has nothing to lose anyway, because he's not investing in you. It's you who ends up feeling confused and maybe even feeling obliged to answer his texts whenever he pops up. What this guy needs is a clear no, full stop.